This section on the study guide is called Producing a Video. This is just really practical stuff. You're already doing a lot of this, but we're going to go over it anyway, see if there's some things you don't know. If you're in the industry, you're going to just know this stuff every day. You probably know some of these things, maybe the very first one you don't know, but we're going to actually skip around for a second here. Let's see if you've been paying attention. What does the floor director do? Who's the floor director? Okay, they do more than just count down, we're going live in 3, 2, 1. They're in charge of everything that's on the floor. So the camera operators, the lighting, and the anchors, the teleprompter, they're making sure everything is happening there. The set is set up correctly. That's the floor director. What's a TD? He scores a TD. That's not it. A technical director. So the technical director is in the control room in charge of all the switching equipment, the audio, that kind of a thing, right? Oh, there's the audio right there. Who controls all the sound? The audio engineer. That's another way of saying it. A sound engineer, an audio engineer. Hopefully you know how to spell that. Not a train engineer. Spelled the same way though. Okay, those are some of the easiest ones because let's do one. Oh, we got two more we're going to do before we go back to the beginning. Walker, you're screwing me up. Yeah, I don't care. This position is the first person to start the video signal that eventually gets broadcast. I wrote it that way because nothing happens if the camera operator doesn't get the camera up and running. You can't shoot anything. You're not sending a signal back to the control room. The guy who's running the equipment in the control room got nothing to work with without a signal. So you got to connect the camera and get it up and running, the camera operator. And of course, also very important during the broadcast. And then let's see if you guys know what this is here. What is the device called that puts words on a screen for the talent to read? It's a teleprompter. So is the person that runs a teleprompter called a teleprompterist? Say that 5 times. The teleprompter. Okay, so right in the middle here are things that you guys do every day on our morning announcements. Now let's go back to the producer. So this is producing a television show. You do produce the news. It's also if you're producing a video and you guys are producing your own PSAs and that kind of stuff. What is the producer though? The producer is the one who hires the crew, the talent, and also manages the budget. So the producer is the overall boss. The Spanish word jefe came to mind. He's the chief, he's the big chief. So he gets the money, he gets the anchors, he gets his crew, all these positions, and he says, we're gonna make a video. We're gonna produce the news, whatever it is. Okay, hopefully you wrote some of that down. Does he actually hire the director? Yep. So y'all think the director's the big cheese, but he's really not. He is, of course, once they actually start rolling with the production work. But the producer still tells the director what to do, unless you got a director who's a real prima donna, and then the director says, I can't work under these conditions, I'm going to do it my way or I'm leaving. So what does a director do? You're going to say, well, he directs, right? That's always the high school answer. A producer produces, a director directs. But he does more than that. A director takes whatever he has for source material and turns it into a video. So technically, a director takes a script or a rundown like we have, and he turns it into a video production. And yes, he does direct other people. You get over there, you're fired. You sit down and look pretty, you're going to be on camera in 3 seconds. And what does the talent do? I just said it. They sit there and look pretty. No, the talent's job is to perform in front of the camera. The talent's real job is to sell whatever it is that we're trying to communicate. Literally sell sometimes, like if you're shooting a commercial, you're selling a car. The talent needs to be able to do that. But if it's a news story that's supposed to keep my eyeballs interested, you got to get my attention and tell me that I'm interested. One of the best examples of this I ever heard, if you guys have ever seen The Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi, how does it go? Karate do or karate don't? If not, don't karate just guess so, get squished like grape. Anyway, that actor, his name is Pat Morita. He actually just passed away. When I was working with him, he said the most simple thing to me that I have ever heard. It was kind of like, stop, Bryce, just I know what I'm doing. It's like, oh, okay. He said, what I do is I picture the audience that is watching me. And I picture them through the lens of the camera, and I say to myself, I need to connect with them. And when I'm in that zone, and when I feel like I've got a connection with them, then we have something. Just that simple. It was beautiful. That's what the talent does. Okay, we already did those. We're going to jump down to, what do you call extra footage used to help tell the story? So, if you've got your shot on the anchors and they're telling the story, that's just the live shot. I guess technically you could call it a roll, but you never do. So, if it's not a roll, if you know your ABCs, what comes down after A? B. B-roll is when you say, now, let's roll something. Or while they're talking, they don't even have to say that, they show something. Today in Mr. Walker's class, a fire broke out and the students were running around, and Mr. Walker says, look, I don't want you to save yourselves, I want you to save the equipment. Get all the equipment out of here. And while they're talking about it, you see the B-roll footage of the students, and they're running around trying to save the equipment while their pants are on fire, but by golly, they're going to save that equipment. Who here would do that for me? No. Okay. So that's B-roll footage. It better not be though, huh? What do you call the on-screen name and title of an individual? Okay, so what we're saying here is there's a term that we use when you put the screen name at the bottom. You ever seen that? So what you're looking at right now, right here on my lower third, that's what they call it, by the way, is my title. The lower third. So what's in the lower thirds? Have you seen how we do the word of the day? Today we'll say the word of the day is teleprompterist. I am now a teleprompterist. You could also have things that sort of are related to the story. Sometimes you just see breaking news, right? Breaking news down here at the bottom. Mr. Walker's class all goes to the hospital with second-degree burns. And that's it for the whole section on producing a video.